We are talking about properties of rational exponents, and we want to use properties of rational exponents to simplify expressions with rational exponents. We want to simplify the expression, and your answer should contain only positive exponents. So here we have 2 multiplied by b raised to the negative 4th power, all raised to the 3rd power. And so inside the parentheses, we have a product, 2 multiplied by b. And so here we have a power of a product. So we have a product inside the parentheses, so we're going to distribute the power outside, and we're going to distribute that in, and that is a power of a product. So we can distribute that in, and we get 2 to the 3rd, and then the next we have b to the negative 4th already, so that's going to be power of a power. So we already have b raised to the negative 4th power, and now we're going to multiply by the 3rd there. So b to the negative 4th times 3. And then we can go ahead and do this multiplication here. So then we get 2 raised to the 3rd power. Negative 4 times 3 is b to the 12th power. Negative 12th power. And now we have a negative exponent, so we can use the negative exponent rule, negative exponent property. And what that says is we can move it to the denominator. We leave the 2 to the 3rd power in the numerator, and we move b to the 12th to the denominator. The next one we have is we have 3r to the 0 power, and then all raised to the negative 2nd power. So there's multiple ways we can do this. The first thing I always like to do is, if I can use the 0 exponent, I want to use the 0 exponent because that changes one of my terms or one of the parts of the expression to 1. So we're going to use the 0 exponent. So the 0 exponent says that anything to the 0 power is just 1. So this is going to be equal to 3 times 1. And then that whole thing is still raised to the negative 2 power. 3 times 1 is just 3. So this is equal to 3 to the negative 2 power. And now I can use the negative exponent because we have a negative exponent. And when we use the negative exponent, we just move it to the denominator and make the exponent positive. So we have 3 to the negative 2. So we're going to move that to the denominator, make it a positive 2, and then we just leave the 1 in the numerator. Next one we have is 2 multiplied by a to the negative 4th multiplied by squared, and that is all raised to the 3rd power. So the first thing we have is we have 2 products, or we have 2 times a to the negative 4th, and we also have times b squared. So we have 3 products in here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do power of a product. So we're going to distribute the 3 to all 3 products inside the parentheses. So we take the 3, and we're going to distribute it to all three parts. 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to write that out. So 2 to the third. And now we have a to the negative fourth. So that is actually power of a power. So we actually have that twice. So we have a to the negative fourth. So that's a to the negative fourth times 3. And then we also have b squared times 3. So we can go ahead and simplify our exponents. So we have 2 to the third, that stays 2 to the third. Negative 4 times 3 is a to the negative 12th, and 2 times 3 is 6, so that's b to the 6th. And then we have positive exponent, negative exponent, positive. So then the last step is we can use the negative exponent. And we can move that from the numerator to the denominator. So the 2 to the third, that's positive, that stays in the denominator. A to the negative 12th, we want to make that positive, so that becomes a to the 12th in the denominator. And then b to the 6th, that stays in the numerator. And then that's as simple as we can get it.